Let me introduce our next speaker. Mr. Sunil Sethi is the Managing Director of Mondelez Malaysia. For those of you who are still figuring out what Mondelez is, it used to be called Kraft Foods before. He leads a USD 200 million plus business with 1,600 employees, 3 manufacturing facilities, and operates in 6 categories with a strong leadership position in the core categories of biscuits and chocolates. We have invited Mr. Sunil back. He was also a speaker with us last year. And this year we've given him a new topic. And I'm very pleased to say that he will be talking about the emotional side of technology with the topic High Tech Meets High Touch. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mr. Sunil Sethi.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Just before the coffee with that Gangnam dance, and after the coffee, we are fully energized. So hopefully I can keep you that way in my next 20 to 25 minutes. My name is Sunil Sethi. I run the $200 million Mondelez business, and I'm also an executive coach. The passion behind both these jobs is that I love inspiring and helping people and brands win and deliver to their potential. So let me get on to my topic for the day. But before that, I have one request. How many of us are carrying mobile phones into the room? Please raise your hands. All of us. All of us are wired. Huh? Fantastic. How many of us are carrying our iPads, our tablets? Super. I have one request. Can you all please place them on your table? Put them on the silent mode and get completely disconnected. I want you to connect with me for the next 20 minutes because I'm going to share with you some thought-provoking stuff, and I want your undivided attention. Thank you so much for obliging me for the next 25 minutes. Do not worry, the world will not stop if your email is not answered. Yeah, I promise you that. So, high tech to high touch. And the topic is technology connecting or disconnecting us? As I reflect over this, I think the technology and the social media has completely changed our lives. And sometimes, you know, they say the pictures and the videos say a lot more. Look at this. Read it and let me know if you resonate with it. Do you mind if I strap your phone to my forehead so I can pretend you are looking at me when I talk? Poor lady. Yeah? Next, I'll share with you a video which may have been seen by 3.3% people only, right? But I was one of those 3.3, and I'm now spreading it, okay? So see it, enjoy it, see if you resonate with it. Volume.
Driving with a box stuck under his car. And like, who knows how long he was driving. I saw him pull out of the parking lot and turn right, and the box was still stuck under his car. So who knows how long he was driving with that box under his car. I bet he got home, he pulled into his driveway.
Cloud in the sky. I'm not. Wow. You're like, if you, it's not.
I don't think it's real. I don't think it's
maybe
real.
I see the lineup for cars. Wasted. The Empire State Building is like really close to it, so it's a good.
Hey, can I borrow your shoes?
Strange how we have stopped living the moment and are actually too busy, even in our birthday, taking a selfie versus enjoying the cake and the family and the friends that are all around. Let me give you some more startling facts about the kind of invasion technology has done into our personal lives. Interesting. We check our mobile phone every 6 minutes and do it 150 times a day. Next one. We make, receive, or avoid at least 22 phone calls per day. And these are the minimum levels, right? I do not know how many of us actually cross these levels and what we do with our lives. We send, receive messages 23 times a day. Here's another one. July, you all know, in the United States is a holiday month. But Nielsen did a research and found out that in 2012, 121 billion minutes on social media in that holiday month. A bit of mathematics for some of us, which almost meant 230,000 years spent staring into that screen versus enjoying the holiday with your friends and family. We are getting wired, but honestly, we are getting a lot more lonely than we were ever before. So that's what's happening in our personal lives, right? Let's step back and come to our work life. All businesses have two core elements. One is brands and the other is people. You cannot imagine a business which is not dependent on these two core pillars. And leadership, to my mind, is all about inspiring brands and people to deliver, is about inspiring brands and people to deliver to their potential. One of the tools which all of us as leaders definitely need to be inspiring and smart leaders or effective leaders is communication. And more importantly, what we need is to connect rather than only communicate. Communication is about reaching and the content. Connection is when you explain the why. Connection is when you follow the fair process and actually align hearts and minds of people. Now, in this technological world, how do we manage this change where we've got such a major technology invasion? Leverage the technology and social media, but do not become a slave of this technology tsunami. We need it. We need the technology to reach out to people. We need the technology to help us simplify some of our processes. But don't underestimate what a personal connection delivers versus what only the use of technology delivers. Let me dial back to talking to you about how some brands are leveraging this trend to the benefit of their brands. And then I will share with you some stories of how we go horribly wrong when we use technology only with people and do not establish any personal connection. Like last year, I'm very fond of using my own examples, some of the silly things that I've done in my life, some of the mistakes that I've made or some of the mistakes that happened when I was in a particular environment, because those have left me with some lessons, and hopefully the leaders in this room will take some learnings and go back and ensure that you do not repeat those mistakes. So first on the brands. Now definitely we can leverage technology for building brands because you all know this, and I've got this list which I don't think I have to explain to this group as to what is the advantages of the technological tsunami or the digital or the social media that's available. You can get focused communication, it's interactive, sometimes can be personal, like the emotional pieces that we saw in the morning. So it is all that. Let me share an example of a brand from my own company where we have actually leveraged this disconnectedness that's happening today for our brand to connect families. This is what happens normally in a family. You know, you're all of you sitting at home, and this is what all of us are doing. Now, how did we leverage this and got the families closer, and in that way, tried to get our brand into the minds and hearts of people?
All at home, but really all alone. So let's see what we can be together, you and me. So much better, you see. Oh, we're better together. Oh, always better together. So much better, you see. Oreo, better together.
So mom, dad, both the kids are doing their own thing. Here is a brand which comes into their lives and gets them all together to spend some quality time. A lot of brands are beginning to look at this insight. All of us are feeling a lot of lonely in our lives, and this is how we leverage that insight and kind of used in our communication to connect with our consumers. So sometimes something which is not going well in your personal life can actually be leveraged to build your brands. Brands also require a personal connect. We as human beings, when we go to an outlet and we start shopping, we need to feel the brand. We need to see it. And that is where our connection with the consumers or the shoppers, as Sita said, at the point of buying becomes important. Research tells us more than 70% of purchase decisions are made at the point of buying. I have seen the advertising, but the final moment is at the point of buying. And for all of us who are marketers, the single most important KPI for us is market share. And let me tell you, market share is delivered at point of buying. So establishing personal connect with the consumers or the shoppers at the point of buying is also very important. You can put up screens in the stores, you can do a lot of stuff, but till you don't make it easy for the shopper to feel the product, see the product, sample the product at the point of buying, you're not going to win. And that's been my experience, and that's why shopper marketing today is also assuming very, very significant role in winning in the marketplace. Let's talk about people. You know, we've got such an overload of emails that happens to us that we just kind of shoot out responses. Sometimes the response is going, got it. It doesn't even say regards, so-and-so. Sometimes they say yes, no, approved, not approved. I'll share with you one email which came to me in one of my earlier employments, and I won't name the company, from my boss who was super intelligent. We used to get along very well, but then see what he did to me. I had a fantastic year. Everybody else that year had declined, but my territory, I had done well, and I got an achieved expectation rating. Now, ideally, you would expect a conversation time setup. It's an annual appraisal feedback. And there is at least an hour of dialogue on what went well, what you could do better, and you would want to be appreciated, right? We're all human beings. We need a bit of that pat on our back. But see how my appraisal rating was communicated to me. Dear Sunil, This is to inform you that your rating for 2013 will be achieved expectation. Please submit your performance review with these ratings. Oh, thank you very much. I'm so encouraged. I'm so inspired. I'm so motivated. Watch it. Let's not do that to our people. Because somebody has worked hard for 1 year, and if this is how we communicate an appraisal rating and that's the end of it, I don't think we are really inspiring people. We've made fantastic use of the technology. We are hard-pressed on time. So I have done my job, ticked the box by communicating the rating. But have I actually had a dialogue? My story number 2. Monkey surveys. Have you all heard about this in your organizations? Very, very popular. Or something's going wrong, you tell your HR department, let's do a monkey survey and get a feedback. Yeah? So I took over my current business, and I sensed, because we'd had two companies being taken over by my parent company, so we had some initial challenges in integration, and I said, okay, let's somebody suggested we do a monkey survey. So we did a monkey survey to find out the engagement levels and how close people are to each other. And after that, I was having a casual chat with somebody. In that monkey survey, one of the things came out from a certain section of employees that we are not being fair. Okay? So I thought we are not being fair, must be, and all of us intelligent leaders interpret it as we are not being fair because maybe we are not paying adequately, right? So we kind of rattled our HR department and said, look, you've got to do your benchmarking, fixed compensation, so on and so forth. And it so happened, 2 days after the survey came in, I was talking to a couple of colleagues, and one of them said, look, we've got to be fair. What does that mean? I asked one of them. And they said, look, this side of the office, the aircon is so strong versus that side. And because that side is your side, you got your temperature control. But for us, it is like shivering. It's like always in Switzerland on a snow peak. Can you please stop this discrimination? From there on, I learned one lesson. Monkey surveys only give you this much. The talk to me sessions are where the real meat lies. Thereon, I went and did about 40 talk to me sessions, one-on-one sessions with individuals to understand what is causing the disengagement or what is going well in the organization. Technology, yes. Monkey survey helps, can be done quickly, can be analyzed, but please do not underestimate the power of personal interaction. So, some food for thought. We are communicating more, oh yes, but we are not building strong relationships. And then we wonder, why is it that our organization is not a great place to work? What is it that we need to do to drive engagement? We as human beings are social species. And there is research to prove that we are designed for face-to-face communication. And we have to take care of that. Because if we don't do that, we lose that personal connect and we will not be able to connect with our people. So, brands and people need very strong personal connect. Because if we don't do that, we will not inspire them, and this is what is going to happen in the future. Very simple. We leverage technology, husband, wife sitting separately on 2 different comms, and you get a... Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.